Yeah, hi, it's Paul Bursey on healthierlife.tv, and I just thought I'd come in a minute early just so I can let Facebook do its bits before we hit it on the hour. So, yeah, today's Facebook Live is about 10 ways to slow aging naturally. So that should be of interest to a lot of people. And you never know. I mean, look, it's never too late to benefit from taking the right actions and doing the right things. But they're only suggestions, and if people want to, we're not going to mention things like smoking or the environment and things like that. So, you know, look, the it really is important that you do some of these things, okay? Because none of us want to look wrinkly as we get old. It's as simple as that, you know. And but as I say, so let's get going. So let me ask you a question. Who wants to age? Who wants to collect wrinkles? And, who wants saggy skin? Now, it's already happening a bit with me, I think, but I'm trying to work at it. So hands up. And I bet nobody throws their hands up and says anything. So, why are you doing everything actually to reach your goal of looking old? It's a funny way of looking at it, but that's what most of us do. We do all the wrong things. Well, a lot of us do. And so, just relax. I'm kidding, really. But am I? You've got to think about what I'm saying. It's time really for some truth for you in the mirror, not necessarily to me. Okay. So another question is, who buys the latest products, skincare products, to reduce the fine lines and the wrinkles and the imperfections? I honestly, if you come back and say, I do, that's great. Look, I won't tell anyone. Well, I might. Okay. But as you can see, I'm on my own today. So it's a different dynamic when you're on your own. And you tend to be a little bit slower. And I'll be a bit quicker as well, because I'm going to do 20 minutes and I'm gone. So, look, there's a good chance with this that you spend money, okay, on expensive treatments and surgeries and things like that. And you don't tell anyone. The whole idea is to take years off your face, okay? Now, the best examples of these are news anchors, because you see they just have to have Botox and things like that done, because they've got to look perfect. In their minds, they've got to look perfect. But how do you feel about that? Have you got to look perfect? Okay. If I wanted to look perfect, I'd have to spend all my money and all my time trying to work on it. And, really, I'm not that interested. I'm more interested in what goes on in the inside. Now, you may feel like I'm a bulldog savaging you here, or a little Pekingese snapping at your ankles and things like that. But let's chill out about it. Let's. I don't know if you can enjoy this type of Facebook Live, because it may be like little daggers going in you. But I can assure you, you in the mirror are the thing that is important. Okay, you've got to be honest with yourself and say, if you don't do certain things, are you happy with that? That's great, but think of it 20, 30 years time. Are you still going to be just as happy? Okay. Look, the truth is, aging is more than just skin deep. I'm not talking about what goes on the outside. I'm talking about what happens on the inside. Which, if you get it wrong, what happens? You have inflammation of your body, you have stress, you have diet lacking in nutrients, and it affects your aging. There's no doubt about it. Now, you can take years off your life by following some of this, because it's natural, okay? And obviously it's without a huge price tag, and that is extremely important. So, what's the first thing we're going to be talking about? Well, the first thing we're going to be talking about is number one. Now, number one, we all know this one, and it's really ditching the sugar. Okay. Now, I went from white refined sugar to brown sugar, but then I realized that it still had a detrimental effect. Yes, you can reduce it as much as you like, but in the end, you're going to have something sweet. And doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong, but I've now gone on to, I can't remember the powder I use now, and I think it's inulin, and now there's no guarantees really with anything, is there? But the powder I use when I have a cup of tea or a coffee, there's a small amount of this inulin powder, and it seems that it's actually reasonably healthy. But the detrimental effects of sugar can be devastating. Okay, it's dramatic for the skin. It will steal your youthfulness, and basically, you've got to watch this. Now, what happens when you have sugars? Okay, and we're talking about glucose and fructose and things like that. They double up with your elastin and your collagen, and they age you. Okay, it's like a bit of a conspiracy. Although they're protective proteins, they actually dehydrate you if you're having the sugar added together with, obviously the bits I talk about, collagen and elastin. And it becomes something called advanced glycation. Now, terminology really doesn't matter, but the bottom line is it's dehydrating your skin. So if you get one thing from this Facebook Live, pay attention to the sugar. Okay. What can I say? It's if you want vibrant skin, cut down on those types of things. Now, I'm a sucker for candy and the Americans and chocolate over here, Snickers bars, things like that. And although I don't go too berserk, I have to watch it. I have to be really, really careful about having high blood sugar levels. Okay. And becoming pre-diabetic, and then moving on to diabetes 2. Diabetes 2. I don't really want that. So even I've got to cut down a bit, and and all this applies to me. It's not just aimed at you or other people, because you're the audience, you're the people looking at this. Okay, so that's number one. The second one is, and this is a tricky one, because, let's say it's go gluten free. Okay, now ditch the breads and the pasta. Now, I know people, I love bread. I love good quality bread. I eat brown bread. I eat seedy batch and all types of things like that. And I don't have pasta so much now. I used to eat a lot of it when I was training for the marathon, and especially the 48 hours beforehand, because you do such thing as pasta loading, and that's okay if you're training for a marathon. But the problem is that because of the sedentary lifestyle we have, and so a lot of us don't do any exercise at all. And I was talking to someone earlier, and I said, look, you've got to do a mile a day or something similar. It's the accumulation of doing the exercise that gives you, your health, or part of it. So, but as I say, what can you eat instead of it? Well, I just really got onto quinoa. Okay, now if you see it on packets and things like that, it's spelt quinoa, and it was only this week that I actually knew what the right pronunciation was for it, which I must admit did make me laugh. So the gluten-free bread is like, well, it's awful. It's like eating paper. It's disgusting. It's got no taste to it or anything. So it's so what can you do? Well, you can swap it out. Say for this quinoa, or you can eat a lot more veggies. Okay, and try and eliminate things out of your diet that way. Now, gluten affects you absorbing minerals. Okay, and it as it assimilates in your gut. So it's very, very important to with gluten. You don't eat too much of it. What happens is you're leaching vital minerals, and that's no good to you, and nutrients as well. So now this glycation that I mentioned occurs simply by eating the grains and the breads. Okay. Now, we're not saying totally eliminate them. What I'm suggesting is really just cutting down. Okay. I'll tell you now, I can eat, these big loaves. I could eat 8 slices of bread at a time if I wanted to, because I really enjoy them. So the challenge for you is really just cutting down on it. All right, it's as simple as that. So, the other thing I was going to say was that many gluten-free brands have a lot of hidden starches and things like that in it. So and they add sugar to them. So just be aware of that when you're going, with the supermarket and that. So it's very, very important. Now, what else have we got? Well, okay, I use notes, so I'm using them here. I'm not going to say too much about this because we bang on about this all the time, and that is drink more water. You should be aiming for about 2 litres. Now, what does water do? Apart from, obviously, your brain, we're 70% water. Your brain, I think, is 85% water. You want to keep your youthful glow, and water is the best thing, one of the best things for that. Okay. It also supports bone health. Bowel health, not bone health. Bowel health. Again, are you playing the game? Have you upped your limits to 2 litres a day? A lot of people don't drink water at all. They just rely on tea and coffee and things like that. And the water also helps to detoxify you. So it's very, very important. And the water affects each and every individual cell. And you've got to keep your cells nice and soft. And water is one of those things that does that. Okay, so that's enough about water. Anyone here have upped their water levels? Have they changed anything recently, or do they drink enough? Please sort of come on and make a comment, and I want to interact with you, so it's very, very important. Hi Patsy, how are you? So what's the fourth thing? Now, the fourth thing is reducing stress. Now, we talk about this quite a bit. What happens is when you've got high stress is you produce more cortisol, and cortisol is a stress hormone. And if you do that over time a lot, so if you're used to a drama and problems that you have to deal with every day, what will happen? It's harmful, this cortisol, and basically it's potentially life-threatening over time. You'll reduce your ears. You've got to learn how to relax. Okay, so what will happen if you get stressed out badly every day? Then you're going to heart disease or something like diabetes or obesity, gastrointestinal problems are going to cause you problems, and chronic stress all the time is a big, big challenge. How you doing, Brian? My buddy, as a referee buddy, and we train together. I've got to say I've been lagging behind him in the last few training sessions, but I will get there. Look, the bottom line is if you reduce stress, it will take years off. It will take years off your life if you don't sort it out. But you can gain those years back if you pay attention. Now, how do we do that? Deep breathing, meditation, yoga, things like that. Hot baths, yeah, and why not? It's vital that you do something anyway. But these are natural ways that you can again look youthful. Okay, look at me. I'm not youthful. I'm 80, and I don't know how long. How old do I look? Okay. So what have we got then? Okay. So what's number 4 on the old list? Sorry, not number 4. Number 5, and that is to load up on antioxidants. Very, very important that you take antioxidants every day because you get exposed to toxins and chemicals every day, and that in turn will create free radical damage. I'm not going to go into what that is, but all these free electrons bouncing about in your body, and gradually your cells die, and if you leave them unchecked. So again, antioxidants are brilliant. Dark chocolate's an antioxidant, so that should keep you happy, all right? But it has to be the real highest percentage stuff, okay? So now, what else have we got? You've got to load up on vitamins A, C, E, and beta-carotene. So again, you're going to get that from veg. You're going to get the vitamin A. Look at the colours. We did a program, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, on colours, on fruits and veg, the deep colours. And these are skin beauty nutrients, and that's all you need to know. So stress, inactivity, inflammation. If you're not eating the right things, you're not eating antioxidants, this is what's going to happen to you. So you can't fight or flight all the time. You've got to relax. You've got to eat antioxidants. You need to repair your cells. You need to repair the other parts of your body. Sleep will help you with that, as we know, but antioxidants are brilliant. So the other thing is eat more protein. Now, sometimes we eat too many carbs, and proteins are, well, they will help you slow down your insulin levels. So if you're a diabetic or diabetes 2 sufferer, then it's great for you. It helps you keep balance with everything in your body. We've got to balance out our blood sugars because you either have very high or very low, and we need to be in that middle ground. Okay, it helps you weight gain, protein as well. So very, very important. It's essential in repairing your tissues. Okay, and obviously it's very, very important with the collagen process as well. And so that's proteins. I'm not going to go too. You have to watch what proteins you eat. You should aim for more vegetable proteins. If you're going to eat red meat, then keep it down to 500 grams and avoid sort of the red meats. So okay, number 7, lift more weights. That was surprising. So for me, I don't lift weights at all. Okay, I might go and dig in the garden and do some weights that way, but I'm going to get some kettlebells. I think that's the way I'm going to go for now. But weightlifting, it helps your hormonal balance. That was amazing. I didn't know that, and it also helps your bone health, and it helps you maintain a healthy weight. And for you ladies, especially, it helps you with tighter and firmer skin. So very, very important. So what else have we got? Well, if you want lean muscle mass, that's one of the wonders of doing weights. Now, the only time I've really done weights, I mean, all right, I've been to a gym and, you go up and you go on those machines, you do a little bit, but I've not done it consistently. So you've got to do these things reasonably consistently. Now, it doesn't mean say you've got to necessarily lift heavy weights. We need to burn calories efficiently. And, obviously lifting weights is one of the ways you do that, because obviously it keeps working after you've been doing a weight session. You keep burning the calories off even when you stopped. And that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So, and you reduce oxidative stress, which is another thing that affects each and every one of your cells. Okay, we're nearly done. We've got 3 more to do. And now, beauty care. Now, more and more men are now using skincare. Now, I have done on occasions, but I tend to look at the inside more. And I'm doing a fairly good job. So how are you doing? What are you doing for your beauty care? Do you use a moisturizer every day? You ladies have got it. You've got it down pat. A lot of you. Us men, we're still catching up. So okay. So you've got a lot of toxins in your body. So if you use a lot of these beauty products that have got all the top brands, a lot of them, but they have parabens in them, which are really bad for you. They have toxins and chemicals. Bear in mind, anything you put on your skin gets absorbed. Not everything, but a lot of what you put on there. So it's a bit like going into your garden and using these sprays to kill the weeds and everything, and doing it with bare hands instead of having gloves on. Bear in mind that if the spray goes on your hands, if you don't get it off very quickly, then it's going to go in. So again, it's very, very important. But as much as possible, use natural stuff for beauty. And hopefully someone will come in here and back me up here. So I don't use a great deal of them, but beauty products at all. Occasionally I'll have a little bit of moisturizer from a men's product. But also, Kadir, great to see you on here. Another one of my referee friends. And I'm sure you use beauty products. Come on. And Brian, I think, come on, someone admit that they use them. Men, come on, get in here. So a couple of things. We bang on about water and sleep all the time, but get more sleep. Now, it's very important that you get enough sleep, because they suggest having the same bedtime every night, and if you can get up the same time, it's brilliant. And who wants wrinkles and puffy eyes? Okay, because that's what's going to happen. And again, you're going to produce, if you don't have enough sleep, you're going to produce cortisol, because you'll have stress. Your body will be under stress, and this is, it's like a hormonal cascade of things. You want the good stuff, not the bad stuff. Again, oxidative stress for not having enough sleep. And your blood sugar levels are going to be imbalanced. So you need the right amount of sleep to repair, renew, regenerate. Everything gets, the more sleep you have, up to about 8 hours. You don't want to go too much by that. Will help, and it helps you get. You need the sleep to renew. That's the biggest thing, and unwind as well. So, and de-stress. These things are very, very important. But the biggest thing for me is the toxins. You get rid of toxins by sleeping. I'm having great night's sleep at the moment. I'm really sleeping well, but I'm tending only to have about 6 to 6.5 hours. Now I want a absolute minimum of 7 hours. So I'm working on it. But sometimes you just cannot control the amount of sleep you have. But do your best. That's the best thing. So, and the last thing, and it's a surprising one for a lot of you people out there who are maybe a little bit overweight, and that is eat more fat. If you want vibrant skin, then basically that's what you've got to do. Eat more fat. And the best way to do that is with things like omega-3s and olive oil, and the nuts out there you can eat. And as I say, look, we're trying to protect our skin at the end of the day. I'm at a business, which I'm not going to mention, but it deals with omega-3s. And did you know that most omega-3 supplements don't work? And there's a reason for that. And the reason is because they're not protected. So fish oil, fish oil will it goes rancid. I think after about 8 hours. That's not long enough to get down to the far extremities of your body. You need up to 30 hours to get it down there. And the only way you're going to do that is if you protect the fish oils. Okay, now it's not the fish the healthy thing. What is the fish? Certain fish eat the marine algae. Okay, so, and that then the fish you eat have got the marine algae in them, and that's where the big benefits come from. Okay, but unless you've got the protection from something like a polyphenol, which is the olive oils, then it's pointless. It's near enough pointless than eating the fish. Okay. Again, it's very, very important that you get the right products. Otherwise, you're just going to be imbalanced, and all this oxidative damage that we keep going on about. It's the one thing you need to prevent wrinkles, fine lines, and things like that. So, if you want to know a bit more about, obviously, the omega-3s and getting the right type of things, then give me a shout, give me a message on here, and I'll talk you through it and give you some really, really good tips. It's not enough time to go on here, so I'm done. Do your best as it is. Do your best to really do things as naturally as possible. There's lots of stuff out there that we need to be aware of. Sometimes it sounds a little bit complicated. It's not. It's very simple, and I'll be putting together some reports that you can download and for free, and we'll go from there. Look, it's a long-term thing. It's very important that you have DPA and I can't remember the other one, EHA, as long as other things as well. So
Yeah, so it's the marine algae. That is my favourite thing at the moment, and I'm not doing too bad for it, being I'm 80. So no, I'm not. Anyway, now, any questions? Give me a shout. If you show the love, please like the page that this is on, healthylife.tv. Like this post, share it if you think it's useful. I don't know everything. I am working under doctors at the moment and doing courses and things like that, so it's going to get better. All right, but at least I'm working in the right direction, and I think I can help you do the same thing. So have a great day wherever you are, and great to see so many people on here, and see you later.